Yours truly is back to filming on her phone. I accidentally left my camera charger at home while I was visiting, so hi friends! Today I'm doing another book review, and that is on the book Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and J. Kristoff. Insert a joke about Frozen here. This book comes out on October 20th. This book's cover is absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna insert a picture of the cover right here because it is just... I cannot wait to see this on shelves. It is gorgeous. It is magnificent. Usually I'll never go out and buy a copy of an advanced copy I've gotten, but I will be purchasing a copy of this finished book. It is... oh man, oh my. Before I give you a synopsis, I'm just gonna show you how it's written. This entire book is told through interviews and pictures and emails and documents and diary entries, and it is incredible. This is a sci-fi book, and so it takes place like 700 years in the future, and it follows this planet called Karenza. People have been illegally mining this substance. Some agency finds out and sends a ship there to stop it and to kill the people. People on the planet end up escaping on 3 ships, and it's about a girl and a guy, Ezra? I don't know, and Katie, and they're both 2 teenagers just escaping. They're on separate ships. What are they called? Spaceships? It's about them evading this huge spaceship, the Lincoln, that is after them, trying to kill all the people from Karenza. I gave this book 4.5 stars. Reading it, it honestly feels like you're in a video game or you're watching a Star Wars sci-fi movie. I've never seen Star Wars, so that was a horrible reference to make, but you know. So obviously, my biggest thing I love about this book is just the way it's done. It is so unique. You honestly feel like you're some sort of spy sorting through these documents. It's so strange and surreal. I love how it's done subjectively, like there's no main POV because it is you, an outsider looking in on documents and emails and things occurring. I loved it because you see a variety of people and a variety of perspectives. Even though it is focused on these 2 teenagers, I love the way everything else was done around it. But one complaint I do have about that is you don't get as much character description, and a couple of details about physical stature and things are lost because most of it is told in dialogue. There are several scenes where it's like a video surveillance. It's someone typing out what happens on the video, and at those points you do get some physical descriptions of things, but it took like 300 pages to be told that Katie has pink hair, so like my mental image of her was all over the place. That's just something minor that I kind of wish they would have inserted in, like maybe even just a bio of what the person looks like. Could have been helpful to establish what the people appearances are. Another thing I really loved about this book is that there are several like chat scenes. It's not necessarily email, it's kind of like IMing, I guess. It's between several different characters, but oh my gosh. In those scenes it's very chat speak, very laid back, like friends talking to each other, and it is hilarious at some points. It's so hard to get me to laugh out loud at a book, but I was seriously chuckling alone in my room because there were some scenes that just killed me. They were so slang and hilarious, and it does a good job encompassing like teenagers like chat speaking and making dumb jokes to each other on the internet. It's so good. I love the variety of writing styles that this book utilizes. For example, the 2 main characters are teenagers, so they talk like teenagers, they're sassy, they make jokes like I was just talking about, but also there are things on the ship like commanders, and a huge part of the story is that there's an artificial intelligence being that controls the main ship, and so that has its own voice. It's a robot obviously, but it's so weird because that entity is given like its own personality, and you feel empathy for that robot. You're able to understand its feelings and the way it processes, and it's so intricate. But anyway, what I was talking about is that different machines and people all have different ways of speaking and communicating. There's such a range of different voices that are narrating the story. It's so impressive. The tone is different for every scene, whether that be a scene between commanders or a scene between friends. You can tell there's a difference in the vibe. The design of the pages is so incredible. Like things like this, and I don't even want to show you all of them because they're so neat, but I will show you my favorite page on this entire thing. Like, here's one. That's not my favorite. This is my favorite page. Like, isn't that so cool? And I'll get closer so you can see that's all numbers and letters, and it is so So like in the beginning, here's the interview. There's like the seal for the ship and an attachment right here to show like what it is. The reason I took a half star off for this book is because since it is told so uniquely, you're witnessing other people do things as a third party. A little bit of, I mentioned earlier, some character description is lost, but also a couple of the action scenes were hard to figure out because it was so dialogue based. And like I said, there are scenes where it describes what's happening. The artificial intelligence being is the ship, so it can see everything that's occurring through the cameras. So you do get that description in the end, but there are several little bits where it's kind of rocky and you don't necessarily understand what just happened, because it is like intergalactic battles, which is already by itself an interesting concept and can be a little bit complex to explain, but in this, a little bit of that was lost on the reader because of the way it's done. The ending kind of confused me because you're never really told what Illuminae is. It's the title of the book and the name is mentioned a couple of times. It seems like it's some sort of, I couldn't even guess. I'm confused still. This is going to be a trilogy, I believe, and it definitely sets up to continue the storyline. This book is full of plot twists, and trust me, it takes a lot for me to be surprised by a plot twist, and I was hollering reading this. I wish the ending had been wrapped up in a little bit of a clearer way. I liked the way it ended. There were just a couple of explanations that are added at the end that it's like, what? I will be picking up the sequels to this. I have no clue when they come out. Probably not anytime soon, sadly. I highly recommend you go and pre-order this. It is just a beautiful book done in an extremely, I'm just gonna do a brief flip through again, done in an extremely cool fashion. Ooh, this is another thing I didn't mention. There's no profanity because I guess the government or something has to censor it, so all the profanity is censored, which I thought was just amazing to establish the world. Anyway, I just keep blabbering on about it. I really liked it. I cannot wait till it comes out so I can get my own copy. Thank you all so much for watching this review. I hope you're all having a nice day. Goodbye, everyone!